I'm the Cornish Witch and welcome to my channel. Please forgive the state of me today. I've spent my morning wrestling with a hose pipe in a muddy field. It was a whole thing and I'm a bit filthy. And I couldn't be bothered to go in the shower yet because I have to work myself up to washing my hair. So today I want to talk a little bit about candle magic. This is not going to be an exhaustive episode on candle magic. As always, your practice is your practice and whatever you make of it. I want to give credit to the podcast Demystifying Magic for giving me the idea for this and for some of the things I'm going to mention. I'm listening to their back catalogue at the minute and I really liked their candle magic episode. So just on a safety perspective, always burn candles in a safe place. So make sure you're using appropriate candle holders, you're burning on a non-flammable surface, and that you're allowed to burn candles where you are. So if you're living with somebody else or you're living in rented accommodation, you might not be allowed to use candles. There's plenty of other things you can do, so don't be disheartened if you can't use candles. But for those of you that can, just make sure you're keeping everything really safe. I always make sure that if I'm using a bigger candle, I've got a metal candle holder. It's been well used, as you can see. Or if I'm using smaller spell candles, my little spell candle holders have got a metal insert in them. I also then burn them inside a metal tray as well, so if any bits drop off, it's all contained and it can't catch fire to anything. Also remember, anything that you're adding to a candle, so if you're going to dress your candles, once the fire has used all the wax from the candle, it will be using whatever you've dressed that candle with. So it will be burning the oils or the herbs that you have added to that candle. So that's one of the reasons why I make sure that it's all on a metal surface. So if I have any chunks of burning herb fall off the side of my candle, it's all going to be contained and it's not going to be a danger. Make sure you keep everything supervised as well. Don't just wander off to the supermarket or something and leave your candle burning. Also, this lovely spell candle pentagram that I got out of one of the subscription boxes also has those nice little metal inserts, which I love. I use this quite a lot. So that's the safety things. So there's so many different ways that you can incorporate candle magic into your working. You might already do it in things you do. You can add it to other types of working. So I very often will do a candle within a money bowl. Or you can use the candle wax if you're doing a spell jar and you want to seal the spell jar. There's loads of ways that it's incorporated into lots of different parts of your practice. But candle magic can be really fun because you can make it as much or as little as you want it to be. It could just be that you have a little tea light candle and you light the tea light candle and you meditate with the candle and just set an intention. That's absolutely fine. If that's what you want to do, that is fine. Something I hadn't thought about before until the podcast episode I listened to was adding herbs and oils to tea lights. I normally kind of go, oh, they're too small to do much with really. But a lot of them will just lift out of their little metal casing. So you could add any herbs or essential oils, whatever you needed, into that little metal case and then place the candle on top. And then you've got a mini dressed candle, which I really love that idea. You can also do your little spell candles. I love a little spell candle. You can do whatever you want to these. You can inscribe them, you can dress them with oils, you can dress them with herbs, and they're very useful and they don't take forever to burn down either. Another something that's often asked is if I have to blow my candle out mid practice or mid working, is that gonna make my working void? It's not at all. You can extinguish the candle and then come back to it and light it again whenever you're ready and whenever it's safe to do so. After that, we've also then got like a full candle, so a big like dinner candle, so for comparison. I use these quite a lot. I have a variety of colours in them. Anyone that lives down near me might know of Traeger Mills up at Liskeard. They've got a great selection of coloured like dinner candles. If you're using these candles, make sure you trim the wick to a sensible length. Like this is too long really. You probably want it about half of that. So just snip the top off. You can inscribe your candles with whatever you want to use to inscribe them. So again, from one of the nice subscription boxes, I've got this little candle inscribing tool, which is very pretty. And I do use this. It sits really, because the end's heavy, it sits quite nicely in your hand. Prior to using that though, I just used a biro. As you can see, it's got wax all over the tip of it. And I would just use this to inscribe what I wanted into a candle. And again, you can inscribe whatever you want, whatever works for what you need into that candle. So if you were hoping to bring luck to yourself, you could just write luck and your name in the candle. If you work with sigils or runes, you could inscribe those into the candle. It's entirely up to you. So basically, you can go from, where have I put my little tea light? I've lost my tea light. There. You can basically go from that, a really basic tea light, to a fully dressed candle like this. I love dressing a candle. Don't always have time for it. So sometimes I do just do a simple version, but I really enjoy making a fully dressed spell candle. So this spell candle is for health, so you can see there's blue on it, and I've inscribed health and the person's name. I did get consent from the person before doing this working for them into the candle. I've then anointed it with oil and rolled it in various herbs. So I think I have, what do I have on here? I've got some feverfew for pain relief. I've got some rosemary for protection. I think I've got some mint on it as well. I made this probably a week ago, so I don't really remember what I did. And then to help those things stick to the candle, I've used wax from other candles. So as you can see, there's a lot of blue involved, and blue is for healing. So you can incorporate that colour magic side of things into your candles as well. So if you don't have the colour candle that you need, you can just use a white candle, as I've done with this one. I have got blue candles, but I decided to use a white one. But then I've added blue wax into it. So I've used a spell candle, and I've used the wax from this to tip onto the candle and get those blue bits to hold all the herbs in place. So somewhere in between your tea light candle and a fully dressed candle, you can do your mini fully dressed candle as a spell candle if you wanted, or you can also have, like if you've got a candle in a glass jar, you could sprinkle the herbs on top of there. You can also, with these, if you wanted, make little holes down the side, so you could get like something shut up and narrow and make little holes down the side if you wanted to add oils to it and like drip the oils down the side. Sometimes you find with these big candles that the candle isn't particularly stuck to the glass and it will just lift out as well. Not this one though, because this is a posh one. And so yeah, just incorporate whatever you want into your candle magic. Make it your practice, make it your own. There's no right or wrong answers, and have fun with it. Thanks very much for listening. Blessed be.